Hi, it's great to be here at the Cell and Gene meeting on the MESA. My name is Leah Bloom, and I'm the Senior Vice President of External Innovation and Strategic Alliances at Novartis Gene Therapies, formerly known as AveXis. Here at Novartis Gene Therapies, I oversee a range of functions, including corporate strategy, business development, program management, and asset leadership, as well as global patient advocacy, government affairs, and policy for our gene therapy platform. Before we get started, I just want to note that this presentation contains forward-looking statements which are subject to change. At Novartis Gene Therapies, we are reimagining the treatment of rare diseases. Every day, we are laser focused on redefining the possibilities for patients and families who are affected by life-threatening genetic diseases through our innovative gene therapy platform. Our focus on gene therapies is a critical part of Novartis's broader commitment to advanced therapy platforms and its vision to reimagine medicine. At Novartis Gene Therapies, we bring the entrepreneurial spirit of a biotech together with the global reach and the established capabilities of a mature, leading, innovative medicines company. We've successfully brought Zolgensma to hundreds of patients with spinal muscular atrophy. And in addition, we've built out a robust gene therapy pipeline focused on neuromuscular genetic disease. We are one of just a few gene therapy companies with a full set of established and proven end-to-end capabilities, including leading research capabilities with target identification, vector and construct engineering and advanced technologies, fit-for-purpose translational, clinical, and regulatory capabilities, established commercialization engine with global reach and scale, and a robust technical development capability with the world's largest manufacturing capacity for gene therapy with nearly 1 million square feet of manufacturing space. Novartis Gene Therapies, all in all, comprises about 2,000 employees at this point to support the deployment of our gene therapy capability. And in addition, we're able to access the resources and capabilities of Novartis more broadly, which we do every day. At Novartis Gene Therapies, as one of the earliest movers in the space, we're really writing the playbook for gene therapy development and successful commercialization. Our goal is to maintain our industry leadership in gene therapy into the 21st century with a particular focus on excellence in the following 4 areas. The first is, I think it goes without saying, patient impact. The patient is our first priority and really our North Star. And ensuring that we are delivering transformative impact to patients and their families is what drives each and every one of us at Novartis Gene Therapies every day. The second is our gene therapy pipeline. So at the same time, we are seeking to broaden the number of patients who can benefit from our therapies by targeting new indications. We have a deep and compelling pipeline, and we're really excited about the potential impact for patients in the future. We are continually evaluating opportunities to grow our pipeline. The third is market leadership. As one of the first gene therapy players to the market, we view it as our responsibility to advocate for the industry as a whole so that other stakeholders understand the value that gene therapies are able to bring to patients, effectively creating a virtuous circle that sustains further innovation in the gene therapy space. And last is manufacturing capability. Last but not least, we view manufacturing, and I think it's clear, as a critical capability in gene therapy, and therefore it's a significant area of investment for us. Our gene therapy story really first came to life with Zolgensma in SMA, or spinal muscular atrophy. SMA is defined by the lack of a functional SMN1 gene, which unfortunately results in the rapid and irreversible loss of motor neurons. SMA is an absolutely devastating condition that affects approximately 1 in 10,000 babies who are born every year, making it actually a relatively common rare disease. When infants with type 1, which is the most severe form of SMA, go untreated, unfortunately, they're typically not able to achieve normal developmental milestones like sitting without support. And 90% of type 1 untreated babies will need permanent breathing support or will die by their 2nd birthday. It's truly a devastating disease, and SMA types 2 and 3, which are less severe, still present disabling symptoms, albeit at later ages than type 1. Zolgensma is a single one-time infusion designed to target the genetic root cause of SMA by replacing the missing or non-working SMN1 gene. In babies who are treated early, we are actually able to see the achievement of normal milestones. For example, we recently showed in our SPRINT trial of pre-symptomatic 2-copy patients that 7 out of 8 of them who achieved independent sitting did so within the WHO window of normal development, which is something that we're very proud of. The impact for these patients is what drives us every day. Zolgensma was approved by the US FDA in May 2019 for the treatment of pediatric patients less than 2 years of age with SMA with biallelic mutations in the SMN1 gene. And this was the first medicine of its kind in SMA. We've also gained approvals since then in Japan, the EU, and Brazil. Zolgensma was the first systemic life-saving gene therapy to be introduced to patients and is now the most widely used gene therapy in the world. To date, we've reached more than 600 families through clinical trials, commercial use, and managed access programs. Since Zolgensma FDA approval last year, we've gone on to establish broad access to meet the patient demand and the opportunity to help these patients. For example, in the US, we saw very rapid reimbursement of Zolgensma by payers and policies in place that cover 97% now of commercial patients and 86% of Medicaid patients. And we have treated patients from more than 50 institutions to date. As mentioned, outside the US, we've had a very busy second and third quarters and received approval from regulatory authorities in Japan, Europe, and Brazil. We're working to secure rapid reimbursement and also to establish innovative pre-reimbursement access programs to make Zolgensma available to patients in these countries as quickly as possible, really bending the curve in this regard. We're also proud to have numerous regulatory license applications underway already in Switzerland, Canada, Israel, Australia, Argentina, Taiwan, and South Korea. We've reviewed some details about Zolgensma in the slides just prior and encourage you to now review the important safety information on this slide or on our website. With Zolgensma, we've innovated and scaled in order to address patients' need in SMA, but our gene therapy ambition, as I mentioned earlier, goes well beyond SMA. Using our gene therapy platform based on AAV9 technology, which is an attractive vehicle for CNS diseases, we've established a robust emerging pipeline. Our pipeline includes an intrathecal administration in SMA for older children, as well as gene replacement approaches for Rett syndrome and Friedreich's ataxia, and a short hairpin RNA knockdown approach for SOD1 ALS. We have compelling preclinical data on each of these programs, and we're excited about the possibility of impacting more patients with these diseases, along with several other diseases via programs that we've not yet announced. When we look into the future, we see tremendous opportunity to solve more serious genetic diseases. For example, considering for a moment just monogenic neurological diseases, based on a comprehensive review of the space, we see tens, even hundreds of diseases that can be addressed by gene therapy. But some of these diseases have technical challenge, which require scientific advances to solve them. So our effort at Novartis Gene Therapies and across Novartis more broadly is focused on advancing a range of technology innovations to address these challenges, things like novel capsids, expression regulatory elements, others. We also continue to look for opportunities both internally and externally to address diseases with significant unmet need beyond our current established platform, our organ targets in CNS and eye. In particular, we're interested in exploring diseases of muscle, liver, and heart via a range of other AAV approaches. Our drug development efforts are supported by a mature and validated gene therapy platform. And we define platform as a combination of established infrastructure and capabilities with a demonstrated proof of principle, in our case, Zolgensma, which allows subsequent assets to be developed more efficiently. Our infrastructure and our capabilities span many areas across research, clinical development, manufacturing, and commercialization. Let's now focus for a second on the manufacturing element of our gene therapy platform. Gene therapy manufacturing, as you probably know, is a long and complex process requiring multiple biological steps. In this context, manufacturing really represents an important technology challenge facing the gene therapy industry at large. Novartis Gene Therapies has an established and reliable adherent manufacturing platform with ongoing efforts to further scale and innovate the process. We are one of the first companies in the world to have successfully scaled up manufacturing for a now commercial product, and we now have 1 million square feet of manufacturing space that allows for future expansion into more geographies and more disease areas. We currently have 1 licensed production facility located in Illinois. Our Colorado and North Carolina facilities are now operational and expected to be licensed in 2021. Once we're fully scaled, we expect to be able to deliver 10 to the 18th vector genome doses per year, which translates to roughly 7,000 IV or 20,000 IT doses per year. And again, this is on a platform that's already demonstrated and established. Our robust capacity and end-to-end capability is a key enabler of our strategy and our ability to move programs reliably and quickly from concepts to patients. We also understand that manufacturing can be a bottleneck for companies and academic institutions of all sizes in the space, from academia to emerging and established companies. And so in this context, a particular area of focus for us is to identify partnership opportunities wherein we can provide access to our manufacturing capacity and capability in the context of a strategic partnership for assets that are on strategy for us at Novartis Gene Therapies. We see the opportunity to use our leading manufacturing capability to provide solutions for potential strategic partners who, like us, are looking to quickly and reliably bring more gene therapies to more patients around the world, but may not currently have the manufacturing capability or capacity to do that. Beyond business development, we advance and see as absolutely essential a range of strategic partnerships with other organizations that, like us, are focused on impacting rare genetic disease. In particular, we have built important relationships with our advocacy partners around the world, both for SMA and for our pipeline programs. These touch points are absolutely critical for helping us understand the true critical unmet needs of patients with genetic diseases and to building data sets and supporting tools and infrastructure that allow us to reach more patients with gene therapy. One of the ways in which we're looking to further our impact in collaboration with patient advocates is to address the needs of patients with exceedingly rare conditions which might have only 100 or fewer patients who've been identified worldwide, and thus are not commercially viable and are currently underserved by industry. In that spirit, we're initiating Project LEAP, which is a lean asset incubator that seeks, it's effectively a mini biotech within Novartis Gene Therapies, that from a corporate social responsibility perspective seeks to help patients with exceedingly rare conditions that can be tractably addressed through our established gene therapy platform. Our hope is that in developing and delivering a select number of therapies for these on-platform diseases in an efficient, cost-sustainable way, we'll be able to chart new innovation and development pathways that are lean and scalable and capture important learnings for our pipeline and for the industry, while at the same time addressing the severely unmet needs of patients for whom Project LEAP might be their only hope. In summary, we're very proud of the end-to-end platform and capabilities that we've developed at Novartis Gene Therapies. We also clearly recognize the opportunity to collaborate with other top innovators in the field to deliver even more promise for more patients. The range of partnerships that we're interested in span BD&L activities for early and clinical stage assets, addressing organ targets, including neuromuscular, ophthalmology, liver, and heart. Advanced technologies that enable more effective and efficient delivery of gene therapies and that unlock new therapeutic opportunities and organ targets. Strategic manufacturing partnerships for assets that are on strategy for Novartis Gene Therapies and that enable partners to deliver product quickly and reliably who might not otherwise be able to do so. And finally, the identification of on-platform exceedingly rare conditions that already have some progress behind them, ideally through Project LEAP. We would welcome a conversation with anyone in the audience who shares our passion for genetic medicine and to helping patients who are impacted by genetic disease. And we would invite direct follow-up on any of these areas. Thank you.